Hillsong Carols 2018 is coming up. Those of you who don't already know, my name is Adam Cherrington. I used to attend Hillsong right up until 2016 when they performed a satanic ritual in a so-called church, which is more like a theatre, on Easter Sunday. And I have been exposing them ever since. I'm just going to go over the time that I spent at Hillsong Church. I was there for approximately 4 years on off, but a lot of the time I didn't agree with some of the things that they did. They were trying to appeal to the younger generation, they were trying to be trendy. It's very exaggerated, it's quite distasteful, but okay, I can kind of see what they're trying to do here. However, this was their cover story. They always have a cover story. The oligarchs orchestrating all of this. And it was a cover for doing very blasphemous things on stage and getting away with it. They would have what they regard as some of the best speakers come up on stage. And they were very charismatic, as you can imagine. But what they do is they get everyone fired up with the praise and worship beforehand. This puts everyone into a trance, and then they bring on the charismatic speaker. And because everyone is in a trance from the very effective praise and worship, this person can then say a number of blasphemous things, and everyone just goes along with it. One example, one man came up and he was joking about the commandments, saying, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if one or two of the commandments weren't actually in there? Oh, don't we all wish that there, one or two weren't in there," as a joke. And everyone laughed, everyone thought it was funny, when in actual fact it's very blasphemous and shouldn't be in a church. But yeah, there were some other very bad things that took place, namely with the youth. They target the youth. They have youth groups. One of the activities for one of these youth groups was egging the leaders, and it got a bit too much, got quite violent, and it didn't end very well. A lot of the kids were egging each other as well, so that wasn't good. This is actually something I have seen that is quite disturbing at Hillsong. They promote violence in the youth. Yeah, disturbing. And one of the comments from a woman on one of my videos, actually, she emailed me. Yeah, some person emailed me and said that the Hillsong that she was going to, they have these camps, like summer camps. They do that in the UK, but I think she was talking about in Australia. And one of them, the kids were playing football with a dead animal, which doesn't surprise me at all. This is the kind of things that they get up to at Hillsong. And the summer camps, yeah, they are ones to look out for. Do not take your children to these Hillsong camps, because they are targeting the youth. It's very evil. There's foul play here, and the masterminds that are orchestrating all of this are the sickest people you can imagine, and they're going for the kids. Anyway, let's have a look at Hillsong Carols 2018. Now, it's coming up on Sunday. I have exposed the Christmas carols before with Hillsong. They have terrible performances once again. While I can see them doing a similar thing, but to the majority, they'll see this and you brush it over when you shouldn't really, because it's a church. You see things that shouldn't really be taking place, but you just brush it off. One thing that is important to note is check the background, okay? Check the people that are involved, because some of them, perhaps not all of them, some of them are being used, but some of them, you can tell, are fully involved in this satanic agenda to destroy church and Christianity, and drag all their followers down with them. They always have a cover story, and at the moment, predominantly, they just say Jesus, and they think that that excuses all of their unrighteousness. And guess what? It seems to work with the majority. Okay. It's so pathetic, but at the same time, very effective, because the majority fall for this nonsense, which is so annoying. That's the most annoying thing about this. It's pathetic, yet it's still very effective. Oh, it's just a bit of fun, is the cavalier attitude for the crafty degrading of the church which is taking place. Once again, this excuse is one of their cover stories. It's not just a bit of fun, okay? They're doing it deliberately to compromise the faith, encourage the congregation to do the same, and then you've crossed that boundary, okay? It sets a precedent for future disruptions and general questionable behaviour within the church. This is the agenda all along, and gradually it just gets worse and worse, and then anything goes, which is what we're seeing now. Back in 2016, when all of this took place and I left, I tried to come up with the perfect word to describe the feeling at Hillsong, the atmosphere, and I came up with carnal. It's very worldly and tacky, but I was like, no, that's not it. I kept on trying to find the perfect word. Babylonian. Okay? These performances, they're Babylonian. Very worldly and tacky. So exaggerated as well. There's some seriously bad acting going on in a lot of their performances. It's embarrassing how exaggerated it is and over the top. It's over the top Babylonian madness. That's what it is, madness. Over the top Babylonian madness. You'll see from their future performances and the ones I have exposed also. You got to have seriously bad taste to be interested in a lot of this. Hopefully you'll just get out of there. If it weren't for the very effective worship music, many people would, but they stay there because of that, which is a shame. It's very dangerous to listen to this. I have stopped listening to all Hillsong music, even the old stuff. Now I know many of you say, oh, the old stuff's okay. Yes, that may be. However, it's going to get you interested again, isn't it? You don't want to have anything to do with this church. So it's too dangerous. You can't listen to any of it. Alright, you've got to make that sacrifice. I've made many sacrifices regarding this and many other things in my life. And you've got to be prepared to do that. You've got to have the willpower. Yeah? Your life will improve once you make that step, once you make that sacrifice. Okay? But I'm speaking from experience here. Yeah? Cut them off. You should have nothing to do with this. No affiliation with this church. Okay. Look at what's taking place. Come on, you've got to be stronger than that. Yeah? It's time to make that sacrifice.